In this lesson I'm going to show you how to create a compound shape. So a compound shape, just like this one here, is made up of lots of other shapes merged together. First thing we need to do is to open up 2D Design. So in the Start menu you can begin to type in the search bar there 2D, and 2D Design version 2 should appear in your program menu. Click that to open. You'll get this license box pop up. You can just click off that and that will disappear. So the first tool that we're going to use, I'm going to create my compound shape from lots of circles. So I'm going to go over to my toolbar on the top left hand side of the page and click Circles tool. Now if I click and hold, I can bring up some different options for drawing circles, but I'm just going to choose this first one, draw a circle with a given center and point. Okay, now the first click will locate the center of the circle, the second click will define the size. So I'm going to create the center of my circle here with my first click, click and release, move my mouse to just define the size of this circle. Okay, let's draw a second circle, again defining the center and then the size, and again center, size. Okay, so you can see that I've overlapped these circles. That's so that I can join them together. Okay, now in the top left hand side of your toolbox you have a select tool. I'm just going to use that just to show you that these are still separate shapes. They're just overlapping. So to make them appear like they are one shape, I can delete these lines that show that they overlap. So on the toolbar you have a delete tool down here. If I click and hold again, it brings up the tray of delete options, and I'm going to use this one, delete part of an object between the nearest two intersections. And I'm going to click on these lines that separate these circles into separate shapes. So now you can see that it looks like one continuous shape. Now if I go back to my select tool, I can actually show you that these aren't one single shape, they're still separate lines. So to create one shape, I can select the whole lot by drawing a boundary box around it all. So I'm going to click on the top left and drag bounding box, and that will select everything within it. You can tell it's selected because the line has turned pink. Then I'm going to go up to Edit and down to Make Path. There's a shortcut there, Control and M if you want to use a shortcut. It will ask you here if you're sure that you want to make a path, because this function combines the objects, all of the objects selected into one path that you can that can be quite difficult to undo if in complex shapes. So we'll choose yes. We want to continue, and now if I click, you'll see that that is one complete entity. Now the second little feature that we're going to add to this design is a contoured path around the edge. So I'm going to use a contour tool. So back to the toolbox, there is a tool down here called Contour. If I click and hold, you can see the contour tool options. I'm going to draw a closed contour which looks like a hash with a box in the middle of it. Now I want my contour spacing to be 3 millimeters, so I can change that to 3 millimeters, and I want one line to contour the edge of my shape. I'm going to use a graphical path because I'm just creating a graphic here, and press OK. Now a hand will appear that says locate. I'm going to locate my contour on the outside of this line, So I'm going to move my hand to the outside of this line, okay, and click. If I wanted to draw this on the inside, I could move it to the inside of the line, but I want it on the outside. So let's click on just on the outside of the line, and it will add a contour to that. Okay, so have a go yourself. You can make compound shapes from any number of shapes, from rectangles, triangles, circles, hexagons, whatever you like. Okay, so have a go.